Hello and welcome to a new video, and today we're traveling back from Falkenberg to Cottbus, but of course we're not taking the same route like in the last video. We're taking a different route and we're going via Senftenberg using the RB49 that's also operating every 2 hours with Talent 2 electric train sets. And we start at the station of Falkenberg-Elster, where we arrived from Cottbus in the last video, and now we are heading down to the lower platforms of this station, and here we can see our train, the Talent 2. It's not the same Talent 2 like in the video about the RE7. This Talent has a different interior. For example, here we have a snack machine with drinks, snacks and coffee, which is rare. I've never seen this in a Talent 2 before. And also the features are different. In the second class there are small tables, and in the groups of 4 there are just very tiny tables. So in second class it's not possible, for example, to work with your laptop. And here we have the first class that also has quite a weird layout. On the left side we have 2 groups of 4 with big tables. So far so normal, but on the right side we have the single seats and they have a very weird layout. But let's take a look first at the features of first class. We have movable armchairs. The seats are okay, they're not too comfortable but also not too bad, but they are made from leather and are a bit worn, so they are slippery. They're quite slippery because of the leather. We have big tables with the route map, but we were taking a different route than the one that was printed on the table, and we have power sockets above the head. Falkenberg-Elster is a station with a lot of railway lines meeting here, so it's an important interchanging station, and we are using the railway line to Elsterwerda-Bieler now. In the background we saw another railway line that's heading to the city of Riesa, but unfortunately it's not used for regular passenger services anymore. But in 2023, due to construction works at the railway line Berlin-Dresden, there will be very few trains using this railway line as a diversion, and these are the intercity trains from Warnemünde via Berlin to Chemnitz. Starting in end of April they will use this railway line from Falkenberg to Riesa and on via Döbeln to Chemnitz. And of course I'm planning to make a video about that for you. Meanwhile, we are arriving in Bad Liebenwerda, the only station in between of Falkenberg and Elsterwerda. So from here on we are going directly to our next station in the city of Elsterwerda. In Elsterwerda we are not stopping at the regular station Elsterwerda, we are stopping at Elsterwerda-Bieler. In Elsterwerda there are also 2 railway lines meeting. It's the railway line Berlin-Dresden and our railway line, but there is not a station with multiple levels like in Doberlug-Kirchhain or in Falkenberg. Here there are 2 different stations, so if you want to change from our railway line to Berlin or to Dresden, you either need to change trains and go from Elsterwerda-Bieler, where we are arriving now, and go 1 station to the station of Elsterwerda, or you just walk it. It's a walk the distance of about 1 kilometer. Here we can see the first class one more time with its weird layout. So there are groups of 2, but they are not directly, the seats are not directly opposite. So the person who's sitting on the chair right behind the driver's cabin is actually facing the person that is sitting on the single chair behind the group of two, so that's quite a weird layout. I've never seen this on any other Talent 2 before. And we are now arriving at the station of Ruhland, and here we can take one more look at this interesting layout. Here you can see it one more time. And in Ruhland there are another few railway lines meeting. It's the railway line from Elsterwerda and the railway line from Cottbus. That's the one that we are on right now. And also railway lines from Dresden and from Hoyerswerda. And all trains of these lines meet here in Ruhland, so you can change to each other railway line. But we are continuing on, heading to Senftenberg, the next big station on our way to Cottbus. In between we have the station Schwarzheide Ost, and soon after this station there is another junction with a railway line coming from Hosena. This is another railway line coming from Dresden, going via Kamenz and Hosena to Senftenberg and then on to Lübbenau. The part from here on to Lübbenau I showed you in the video about the RE7 just a few days ago. And the other part is not in regular use at the moment. From Kamenz to Senftenberg there are no trains at the moment, but it's planned to reopen this railway line for passenger services. And in the summer holidays there were also one train a day on weekends going on from Kamenz to Senftenberg. Meanwhile, we arrived in Sedlitz Ost. Here I started the video about the RE7 going to Lübbenau via Karlau, and we are continuing on to Cottbus now, with stops in Bahnsdorf, Neupetershain, Drebkau and Leuthen by Cottbus. And as this was an area with a lot of coal mines, there have been many industrial railways. Most of them are closed down, but there are still few remains of them visible. For example, there have been a few junctions between Sedlitz Ost and Bahnsdorf, and also in Neupetershain there have been railway lines that are now closed. Later on I realized that this train was shaking a lot on this route. Here you can see it with the charging cable of my laptop hanging down from the power sockets above the head. You can see how shaky the ride was. That was quite unusual. And meanwhile, we're getting closer and closer to the city of Cottbus, our final destination today. As I said, these trains are operating every 2 hours between Cottbus and Falkenberg, and there's another railway line that I showed you in the last video also operating every 2 hours, and that means that there is a regional train every hour between Cottbus and Falkenberg, but using different railway lines. And on the direct railway line via Karlau there is also a regional express every other hour, meaning that there are direct connections from Cottbus to Falkenberg every hour, and in the hour that our train is going via Senftenberg there are even 2 trains, as there is the RE10 going the other railway line also to Falkenberg. And that's it for this video. We are leaving the train here in Cottbus, and here in Cottbus the next video will start as well. Here you can see when this video will be uploaded and also the name of the song. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider to comment, like, subscribe or share the video link, and I hope to see you in the next video.